Movement, high profile movement be the Ababo boss last week now who go tiki me no say there Liverpool here we go or joining Liverpool nyasam keto akra fi masna so no hwe ni mu say branch friend Yokares so no maintain say still opese obo edema the Gunners Arsenal entom guso a maybe by the close of this week Abranti friend Jokeres ebe joining Arsenal. Now Liverpool now to me say yes, enye easy. Omuwie enya Hugo Ekitike no obviously ombesa so additions esan say Abranti friend no Diaz, Luis Diaz. Akwan why na dwen so obe movie no. O si movie no be de obe movie. Na me no ka say Bayern Munich na sabre me no ka say otumi amomo the assurance o pushi because when your team na Bayern Munich team no obebo na bibia so no atumi ade akoye so Bayern Munich ehwe ni mu se obe bid for Brahim Diaz no se we di ka bid ama Liverpool for reject nti omo de bi be ka ho na omo be fa branch na afi bibia so atumi ade akoye na se Luis Diaz be fi ode a ebeka Gakpo nko na Gakpo nko so de omo tumi inform ani enye de M2 no so likely say Abranti friend no Rodrigo Goes usina kan edema Real Madrid me no ka say o the best 70 to 80 million pounds at the kwa Real Madrid be je no jai amakoko be de na ma otumi ade a movie it Liverpool you never walk alone microphone ani abre brutal players almost inside no enya asem keto akra omanya two fullbacks sign goalkeeper now eba no offensive face now Hugo Ekitike Abasa so na Florian Wirtz enya asem keto akra eti omguso omuhihye omutim no se wo hwe recent pass ro 4-3-3 na no maba se yes coach friend and slot 4-2-3-1 and no pese obo 4-2-3-1 with typical number 10 and also number 9 number 10 unse strikers ni obi wo no ma omo number 9 number 10 Benzema mono omo number 9 number 10 Nicholas Jackson number 9 number 10 so na we say Firmino number 9 number 10 santi omo say Hugo Ekitike be yes adwuma no nti eba ne sa they need goal scoring wingers iti no ekoba ne sa na so mo number 10s mienu ewo team ni mu that is Florian Wirtz and Abranti friend no Hugo Ekitike no na ono aso sa nim go shenti no o play two roles no na fe Mo Salah and Rodrigo Goes na cheso mo bogos ni from all cylinders enya sem keto akra Liverpool team no emu aye debuta na namafo bisase nkofo no omunya sika wo hen because ambra ene almost spend this ano this is the time so FPA cheso team say financial fair play no so no edijuma ye papa so na PSR nso dijuma na ebi mo say ankofo no onya sure say omo de Jota and omo de na kwesi gagari because omo say Abranti ni free mu no na omo nto players sa na chese ankofo keka o Twitter me so me ye de me ka mo de what be nti eno so ne nsema no so fi Liverpool so ye de eba ye be kom na ya hwe say eba ni say na what will be the demands? What are they trying to do? I was some winning trophy bia na bibia so the ekoye Manchester United omanya omo chese two key signings are no mo pe no mo saka omo Matthias Cunha and afeso Brian Mbeumo na Magdika catch say o sign player free Premier League no ma possibility say player neba obebo ne homodin e wosuru ye papa enya asem keto akra ti two players we there enye easy eno mo se mo per striker de aka sankrofo we hu hye won so se number 10 yi from yenu no Mbeumo ne Cunha no omo ni goal shepa ti omo so mo per number 10 number 9 ne oba be lead omo as a striker eno na name no ka sei Abranti friend no Nicholas Jackson and Man United for your margin so mo peno afis you say Benjamin Sesko so no oma a pencil down and a free oko Aston Villa abrante a friend no Oli Watkins so no omo apensing down. So Oli Watkins be kwa dia e be have effect ewo Nicholas Jackson so because so Oli Watkins kwa Aston Villa likely so meba say omo pe abrante a friend no Nicholas Jackson ba ne sa so a Chelsea e be enter transfer ni biem enye easy kra enti eno ne abrante a friend no Xavi Simons o movie afi RB Leipzig he fa na okọ emre ne Caribbean say me no ka say Nkuku ne Joao Felix enso no enyema akame say cool ho no ma Renato Vieira so you say Atletico Madrid for the 30 abase omo ba be fa brand no Chelsea said there be omo pe more sasu na Chukwuemeka so no Dortmund for so omo diska be san brand no omo ye omo hu polom palam so akwa no ball ogbo de mo omo ne yasem keto akra star no omo ye omo ho no ti transfer window ni de emu abie anya asem keto akra bebre na ye dem koso hye no say show we MYBET.AFRICA MYBET.AFRICA hey my bet semenhia betting company awudia no masa send no text message say abrante wodi yen nti kona koyi usika nkofo bi de awudi a na chese omo pese omo delete account ne kra ombe delete account ne kra but my bet there ombe send you message my bet here Ghanaian own me my bet enye ne my bet a war from 2010 ebesi nei it almost stand a test of time obi anu a wodi sika kese o my bet akoye echiwahye obi a etibomode a na ne my bet nhwimbom ene shops no daswa ewo ho a ne ade a bomode a ne borum my bet shops bia be ko bia no ye the codes ne be bro na wa loadi ukwa no wa loadi na o de kakra aye den atu ekire na also otumi afa kakra say teams ne mai sa but still obetumi push hard na wonya coins kakra na wo de aye de wo de awome app de wo de benum so nko ade wo benya bi na bibia so atumi akoye show no ye live on Facebook my bet na what in temu na the Africa na to aso my bet na what in temu na the Africa na den ato aso Facebook so and street is watching oh Facebook na ABN Radio 1 ewo Facebook na ukọ YouTube so MYBET.AFRICA TV MYBET.AFRICA TV what dey join you na fi bibia so no etumi enkoye udu a na wabomode na wa share show no wa share na wa like na fi wa comment na bibia so no etumi akoye ho no na ukọ ba bia ye digwa na black market wo no Telegram account wabomode na join Sports Arena in a good screen so no Sports Arena or Telegram o join ya ho no na market na ekoso pa enye easy everyday market ho no di no everyday market ya de my bet dwa ho no ma ya de codes ne ba na watumi ade walodi na so de kakra to akire na bibia so atumi akoyi okọ TikTok sports.arena.news wo TikTok na bibia so no atumi akoyi me din the list to Benedict to asaso na Vincent wa virus and stream show no channel so ne say bibia so no betumi ade akoyi ho no so de amount you be come and bet education quick na fe ye remu the transfer news ene de ewo ho ni nyina Black Queens hey omo gba remu semi finals omo ni Morocco omo she Morocco ye final no moko ye good papa say omo eko omo ni do performance na sheda enye good biasa but the most important thing is that they are still in the competition yeah the moon seven so ebe bro Benedict money man ebe makwaba
yeah list to am Joe
bibia e kama de
bibia e kama
yeah yen show my bet education na fe ye hu ene de my bet ewo edema ahwefo ene etiefo
okay see I share my bet education dey nim say open betting platform ene utwa bet a ne wedi na afi de osika ne nso enye se bi omo ye okona bra ye san be send o message senya boss no se bra na be fisika MYBET.AFRICA ho ene platform metu fu se kwan bia so no twa bet ho na osika ne nye secured se wodi a nti ene se obejo any company we are www.MYBET.AFRICA oko on platform na top right corner obe icon bia circle ni green umia so a obe hu login any register me register ne so uni account now for the registration process near very simple 3 steps bet me register now so aba be ken busuano First one your phone number now the mobile money transaction send you any so we discount betimi yi afa so aba beto phone so boko. The next one your username betimi aye din nickname din bi apesa wo de show now they ashamed now for the abo password no we am register ne so now be send verification code now they verify our account now ba become MyBet ebusuano we be kan ho a simple and the omuma nyama bebre akwan bia so betimi dia physical on platform say bet fit you see we are international friendlies and international games mu a clubs be able pre-season obi wa bet hye ne yeden unni match mpo ekoso ukọ MyBet fit a omo ma hye bet ato ade a unhia e odds ahe a open say 2 odds 5 odds 10,000 20,000 odds na open a ukọ ho ma hye ufa bia na afide wo betimi a de tie yi bi efrim game ni say win up so win or draw betimi a de tie and win or draw no ahye no to wo ase ne open no now this car taichi na won't wait me die no na MyBet for them out insi ho a wo hye na wo fa bet fit no omo de aka bonus ni so ataichi wo ho 1500% aka bonus na omo de mount ene wo akofa bet na aka bonus ni so ayedu se ne potential winning na obedi at the end of games na be ko na wie na mu be edu cash out nso wo ho games ne koso no obenya cash out option na obetimi yi scan mu bi that is partial cash out no eja na de aka na koso anase obeyi ni na na ndie de game ne be kwa kosi bi enfa ho nti ene MyBet de man kai bet fit aka bonus of 1500 and a cash out partial cash out any full cash out option on the man nti ene upe bebi etwa bet a MyBet.AFRIca onso be kan busuano ho na onso physical on platform ne so
right it MyBet na ka won asem no mo de na register sesi a maka cho registration 3 steps per 3 steps udin o verification and o password na say what join ebusuano na afi ye koyenim ye nkonko a wo wia na de wa load diska e de agusu load diska de aka chiri nyina jaman je be make sure say be ma us kama na wodi na afi bibia so no atumi akoye mo me nhwe eye transfer eye news no ye ma eye yahwefo ne tiefo nyina no eye the latest transfer update any players ne ba no mo ba no what are they coming to contribute to various teams and ade.
Okay, list to yen starting free techie that is Victor Osimhen and Galatasaray in komo. Ye we there no ebeba ababeto. So any bibia timi akoye with communication na eko between Napoli and Galatasaray. Nim say nemu ye den ye do baby no. Napoli for ayo madwen so mo Galatasaray for bibia om de to be on bedan na nei o metimi agree bibia timi akoye. Into 40 million initial payment na we Napoli peso oje na for the 35 na aka no aba be more of mu betua within a year no Galatasaray for ajatum and na o Sunday goal bonus asan shim and they obi woni team o she goals no mo peso mu giska Napoli for peso mu giska nti ene add on based on goals no 5 million a mo de aka ho and na 10% sell on so mo ton no dachi a mo san beje 10% wo and na contract omni omukoya na ene aba be twema mentwe on within 2 years mo monton Victor Osimhen emma any Italian club no ene omaja tuma Victor Osimhen na oka se kwan bia so Galatasaray da na no peso obo nti ene nyama betimi akoye wo ho a omo next season number start wo Turkish Premier League in the Champions League obetimi ejini me say Victor Osimhen de ba ne goals ene ne contribution say Galatasaray be ko nenima doubt bi eni ho nti ene omenyo mo player ombehwe in the next 2 seasons won't me move to any Italian club no matter say do baby na bia other clubs eba ne ho a omo nso betimi enye scale mu edu nti say o ma say almost 75 to 80 million on Victor Osimhen from Napoli and ne inyama betimi akole Galatasaray dey hwe omo hia another goalkeeper e wo mo team no nti ene omo ne Edison edim komo Edison of Manchester City na nkomo ni na akwa kosi say personal terms the Edison apene so nya Galatasaray team no betimi akọ Man City nso ehu say Edison nya no so be konti omo twen official we offer Galatasaray de be ba fa Edison efi omo akọ na Man City Edison ekọ dia eso omutimi nya another goalkeeper ebe den ebehim nti Man City e wo goalkeeper no yo academy graduate omo ton no I friend we Trafford and name say Premier League last 2 seasons obegine mu ma Burnley echi pa ohwe the championship etwa mu a no na lead goal we clean sheet e wo ho no concede just 15 goals in the championship and if the championship on matches here to conceding just 15 goals ya de ba kwa na anu ede and Man City e wo buyback clause e wo mo 40 million into say na say Galatasaray Bernard Jones or beba be fa Edison dia Man City hwe so mo be trigger that release clause na ene ombetimi akwa kofa transfer for omo academy play omo training if in kola brim no ababa beginem into oni your friend is Otega and ababa pene that number 1 spot are going into the season kwan bia so Manchester City benya new goalkeeper enye Edison nso betimi den akwa akoka Galatasaray team ni ho abibia betimi akoye Man United Brian Mbeumo after 49 days twema mentwe ene wakwa kodu Man United or prepare so ba join the team no on pre-season tour. So now can play or be movie from a Premier League club to another Premier League club. Mostly no. Eya nyama timi koye. Eya ba ku mienu pe na pressure antino. Enyama timi koye. But Brian Mbeumo performance on boy or Brentford coming into this United setup. I think adi the be more mo so be ehun is a goals there. Kwan bia so no the be Man United. And then na ade ba kwa na raise a lot of concerns and salary and wages. No person no de 250 na no person oji be na Man United etimi na ka as kanati abafem kakra ene Man United obetimi ejine mu ye hwe say number 19 jersey ebia obetimi ahwe so obetimi atamashe because enim say the Brentford team no na no share ene Man United etimi enya no Rashford na obi enim say January num na no odidi nkomo so onya Barca team no mo obebo Barca team ye team bia da na kuma so onya bibia betimi akoyi amana bonti na Barca fo nso hwe so mo hwe Nico Williams na amfadia Luis Diaz nso scanner no eden mom 80 million ene Rashford on betimi enya no omni Man United omunim se Man United e hwese Rashford on pese omuja no kwan ti ene so mutimi ni Man United di nkomo na bibia akoyi Rashford betimi aba be on play omu wa Man United akachi ene omu di nkomo concerning player no na availability ene also so omu beji ni loan ene buy option dia saying ena Man United be mom in common na akosi say Man United say okay you betimi the number alone but with a buy option of 30 million by June 2026 say player ni so win na open for 30 million e beto na fako and they Rashford so say na mekan man na Barca team ni team bia onya e opese obo into what ne salary so by 15% say no betimi afiti into Barcelona wage bill ni pepe nti and the gross salary 14 million as a breaking it down meaning obeji 225,000 na Barcelona and Man United no na almost 300,000 any what so obetimi akwakobo Barcelona o hwe say on the players be tell me Yamal Rafinha Muni Lewandowski betimi ejina senya waka no Barcelona e team bia na eda na koma so onya obebo ene bibia etimi akoye ntindra with videos na reported by akwakodu Barcelona ene obeye so obetutu ne medicals na obabe Barcelona play omo hwe se free ene ekopim the 30th of June that is 2026 obetimi put up a good performance I think 30 million for Rashford is car anu ju papa ma Barcelona especially so obetimi enya quality player obeba mu ye hu the likes of Luis Diaz and Nico Williams so omumba at a cheaper cost but Rashford bem na ene otimi bebo no homodin betimi enya na at a cheaper cost bibia ebetimi akoye ho ekitike ene Liverpool for etimi atutu omunyama ye wa be Liverpool player na ohwe ekitike moving to Liverpool player onya a French national team call up ene Liverpool for sika omo kikambo mu no ene nam almost 95 million and a Liverpool share initial payment of 90 million and a Liverpool dey to and your friend is saying add-ons of 5 million on the back wa ka ho ene wotima kwa kodu Merseyside into ochina obekwa kwa any medicals abibia betimi akoye no aba be Liverpool player I think we hear or no any Florian Vita omu ye two young prospector in a Liverpool enyom Anslot building the team last season Johan Klopp team na no dey ball ene opiso building team ebe wo no any blueprint ebe wo no any BBHS going into the season no team the performance ebe hu Anslot insano e Liverpool team ni ma o kan ye no or moving from a 4-2-3-1 say na no ball PSV no ene with Ekitike with Florian Wirtz with Mohamed Salah say Luis Diaz and Agakpo na betena ana say Rodrigo Babe kan ho no mo build this team no to the extent that next season that Premier League omutimi betimi ato aso age 3 times ato aso and 4 times any Man City and any Man United etimi ye no ene omo hwe se bibia betimi akoye na Ekitike transfer yi atwe adwan akwakosi business at team a friend Frankfurt aye in the past years so ohwe Frankfurt omu ye team bia omu to players no at a younger age omu groom 1-2 seasons na the third season no player watch of Frankfurt the third season omu ton na jiska inti ene ye Frankfurt players ometimi abo omu team no na sika o metimi enye free the likes of Kolo Muani ye enim from Frankfurt no born homodin year and they ultimate movie to PSG Kolo Muani 80 million and a Paris Saint-Germain etimi for Kolo Muani from Frankfurt to Paris Saint-Germain. Now Oshe we William Pacho of Paris Saint-Germain on also say now a Frankfurt player ene Paris Saint-Germain is with 45 million no musitimu kofa no every Frankfurt eba Paris Saint-Germain. Na Oshe Ekitika ene mi born hu nkomo a ono so 95 ene Frankfurt edge every Liverpool ho. Na Mamouche enso another player Frankfurt turn Manchester City and also in the range of 65 to 70 million omutimi nye free ho. And Luka Jovic ye name say 2022 season Frankfurt Europa League ko ni na or a key player Real Madrid ebeto no that time at 60 million if we all no so timi call Real Madrid nyama nko yi and otimi returning on loan and nyama ehwe say betimi akọ o share on the other hand play of chatwo e wo ho eye Halle ye name say from Frankfurt to Dortmund on also 50 million and a Frankfurt etimi turn ma Dortmund o share these players are mabo ball mudi and 6 players Frankfurt kwa akotom no almost spend that is 65 and the first 6 players we every various clubs are no more body buy and they with Kolo Muani move it to Paris Saint-Germain and they Paris Saint-Germain from Poher so betimi aton na Juventus Pacho Ekitike and that player Freno Mamouche and also Jovic any even Halle or move it to West Ham omutimi nya 404 million into so hwe sikasema almost spending 65 na cover player 6 way ama ometimi nya even 3 times or 4 getting to 4 times omusika almost spending
aside performances almost ada
yes.
I remember say when they had Jovic and Halle and they had another player no me 3 Mikaisa mu team no as a movie called AC Milan I think or Croatia
yes, Croatia winger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, almost three players, no. 3 players, no. Omone Chelsea call. Is it semi-final of Europa League?
Yeah.
Then omone Barca. Obeka ya. Ayom so muyi Barca free mo.
Muyi Barca.
Eko koje. I think is it Europa League. They've won the Europa League before.
Yes, omu win Europa. Eno na omu de ton Jovic edema Madrid because onya exceptional performance ewo ho inti usha sika o metimi aton players any sika o metimi enya yes player na friend Arabic anti-Rabic eho ekoe oni ho na AC Milan ma Andre Silva omo player no friend Andre Silva ono so call Frankfurt inti any Frankfurt about business dia omutimi ye ni yie pa I think the German clubs no we buy Munich ono there on tom the players ni bebre on kotom ketwa the likes of Dortmund, Frankfurt, Stuttgart mo any Werder Bremen they make sure say mo fa young talent no metimi gumu and Frankfurt 404 million euros and no metimi enya in the sales within 5 to 6 years from these players. I think a good deal and they can add young players and in the next 2-3 seasons almost betimi atom and Ekitike moving to Liverpool. And they share say and Frankfurt for a good business, but on the Liverpool side, then almost so because he who's a senior boss will be a complaint. He say Liverpool sika omenye omunya way. But enkai say Liverpool
about say Europa no omu winning no 2021-2022 season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Inti Liverpool and oma ade Ekitike aba become team no. Darwin Nunes so bogos. Pre-season recent boy first half hat-trick for Darwin Nunes intene omenya 2 quality strikers are going into the season no almost said Luis Diaz Bayern Munich sam bebe biom na by the end of the week no I think Bayern Munich be put Liverpool on pressure. I think Liverpool beton Luis Diaz sama Bayern Munich no match the availability of Rodrigo with Chelsea in so side send am boss no Renato Vega Chelsea ko fa 13 million and Atletico at the 30 by almost there be the range of 35 to 40 no meji. Now, in common question, they said by the end of the day, Atletico be submitted their second offer for Renato Vega. I think Chelsea beat Major Monaco. With Nkunku, João Felix, Maresca, if in the holidays are banning, they will decide on what you do with these players, especially with João Felix. Now, be attacking phase, then meeting Como as a Man United, Nicolas Jackson. Yamienim Nukreni, so Mutimian or Betimia Boa Mutim, especially with the link up play, with the strength or what, any positioning or what up front. And who here say or be 20-30 goals. But one thing Nicholas Jackson every season or the man they say 13 goals and beyond there or shares ne Villarreal the first season or share 13 goals or by Chelsea in the first season or share 17 and the last season or the 13 goals as I then so intino with double figures in goals your bema unya the likes of Mbemo and Cunha so months be support running in behind and getting those chances are obetimi aboa Man United but Chelsea a value no at 100 million Chelsea abafem cry and 70 onko below 70 and they omutimi to Nicholas Jackson at 30 the Chelsea timinya 70-60 cry na omumboka ewo we transfer any there I think
so where does say there is also report about
Sesko Gyökeres
Xavi Simons
yes
then Garnacho if Man United you're doing say okay it is clear we cannot deny the fact that in as much as the supporters and it doesn't like him player. It appears there is interest from the sporting directors and everybody in charge of Chelsea. They like Garnacho. So in this case mostly they will act if there is an opportunity. So if assuming say Man United the 40 million can Garnacho now almost the numbers for a year Nicholas Jackson now would it be a fair a year transfer or we will want a separate because if separator United omo rate and omo value Garnacho 60 million and also value a year with 100 million. So if they add 40 million to a year Garnacho mobility is out of omo team no more but do you think it's a fair deal?
Yes, I think the Oshe Garnacho profile no any idea or the bar. Those say or a lot of issues of the field issues are a concern. And one thing I won't say a lot of Chelsea fans say Pese Garnacho about Chelsea because that type of off the field issues never affect team or more rebuilding and Nyama Timikoye. But so these three players, Garnacho, Xavi Simons, and Morgan Rogers are a cheap profile of player Enzo Maresca epe on the team. You who say win the FIFA Club World Cup no. Now about games and it do be and the wingers need be touch line. That wingers need touch line or move back into those half spaces. Now the fullbacks need more touch line. Interne so Chelsea right wing position now. Or Pedro Neto no bet me touch line no. Then Estavio no bet me abamu as those half spaces no. On the left wing position or Gittins I name him say or no bet me touch line. Interne the other player no be buy into those half spaces and I see at Chelsea here. And nothing who the likes of Morgan Rogers, the likes of Xavi Simons and also Garnacho. These are players on person mobile into the box. More of the line touching players I think a good profile of Maresca here. But I mean break it down in all these players.
Okay.
You share Garnacho 40 million plus Garnacho for Nicholas Jackson be a good deal for Chelsea. Especially value a Man United Yama Garnacho and also value a Chelsea Yama Nicholas Jackson. As of now, Nicholas Jackson a third choice striker at Chelsea. After Onono Yewa Maguire Onono fourth choice. It's a Chelsea man Nicholas Jackson kwa. Maguire beba into that third choice. I think he'll be happy to play in those Carabao FA Cup games. No? And then Chelsea Beshe, who is coming into that left wing or beba into that half spaces. Oshe Garnacho a player or more that availability, especially goal scoring and also assist. In the Chelsea Nyanat, that 40 million add-ons to replace Nicholas Jackson, I think is a good deal. Yensha Morgan Rogers. With Morgan Rogers, and they UEFA ama Chelsea for warning. Say any deal be on Aston Villa be. I be include player swap and be inflated player prices no. Omu UEFA for anyone. I didn't I can't say here. In recent times, that's last season who Martin any a friend is saying with Kellyman moving to Chelsea. Amanda say
I'm on to talk Kellyman
at 35. Martin so movie on the other way at 40. Besi and Neminjin this with Kellyman or squad number for Chelsea. Who beside Chelsea fans need be crave your fee play a friend Kellyman tell your player. Interne you for match Chelsea for any Aston Villa for warning. Omu nim so more good relationship. And yeah, no tina person obu obi mane
BT system.
A BT system and also equal in books in Tino, more overpriced players. Interne one in Aqua Chelsea near Aston Villa na dia to say. Omaja to Momobeye because Aston Villa as a now of value Morgan Rogers at 50, at 80, and Chelsea nso value Nicholas Jackson at 100 nti ene ye nim say UEFA for hu san sem na nunti no mo sa warning no na Chelsea ento Rodgers at 80 no nton Jackson e man Aston Villa at 100 nti so mbeton players na no be any player swap a enye the market value enim say wa abonten enye de esisi amode aba beto so nti ene if Rodgers be moving to Chelsea it will also include Nicholas Jackson also moving to the other end bibia betimi akoye Xavi Simons ene why na just so free RB Leipzig no so free RB Leipzig or say a Premier League club ene a position of person or ano timi kobo ni enim say ni agent asisi a wafa no that is Ali Barat on Chelsea for a good relationship papa nti ene he moving to Chelsea ade ba ko betimi aye say Chelsea for a share value no of 60 million so betimi atoto enyama yi I think with 40 krano RB Leipzig betimi age because we a player now can almost 1 year and a half or RB Leipzig and Chelsea betimi aboire minti o he Garnacho at 60 or 70 and now 40 with Nicholas Jackson. We're coming in for Nicholas Jackson and Rodgers at 80. I name the relationship at Chelsea and Aston Villa and also Xavi Simons. I'll be Samia on the real. I think Garnacho will Premier League experience. That is something or the beat the likes of Rodgers anyway, and also Rodgers and so was similar Premier League experience. But Nina be depending on the profile of Maresca. But out of these three players, in Kameko for Morgan Rodgers because one, our good friends our Chelsea setup, the likes of Cole Palmer, the likes of your friend is saying Romeo Lavia, any Tosi, or new woman and City Academy, no, into getting or integrating into the team, ya deba kwenye de mano. Xavi Simons is at the same quality as Morgan Rodgers in those half spaces. Chelsea bar against a low block team. Those way quick turns. Xavi Simons mount and no mount that shooting from range. But me feel Xavi Simons transfer no ebe more of sa João Felix type of player. No?
Yeah, opportunity signing and
yes, João Felix type of player. One year lucky in the end, no baby mu na fidi there will be a whole lot of.
Because I'm looking at where does he fit? Ne bono. Or you number 10.
Yes, or no, on say mostly players are. You can't so player, obey me about number 10, obey me about first 9, obey me about wins, obey mostly those players. Now, time be I say, I'm about with a lot of problem because any coach now or no profile player needs to meet me about number 10, but player needs to ball for this position where I'll meet me about. But maybe no fit coach in this structure, no. And one thing I make us is okay. These three profiles are more of a number 10 and a left winger, and Enzo Maresca. Garnacho, Morgan Rodgers, and also
I think Garnacho, no, he will not bring any versatility
into the team.
Yes. Or not the left wing.
Into the half spaces, no.
Of course, meaning from the wings.
Yes.
What I say. So, on we never play getting. So, or two or
left wing.
Then there is two
right wing.
Esteval,
any Pedro.
Yeah. Then it says a Kupama no mope
Obi
Abuan. So ope Kupama na ope na Obi Abuan dia. Now it means that Joao Felix and Nkuku will leave. It is clear said they will leave. Yeah. Now if say Xavi Simons na what the neighbor. I just say Obabe had understudy and answer Obabe give it that so cover to Kupama. What I say?
Yes, but they say Chelsea to me turn Joao Felix. Any player friend Christopher Nkunkwa, meaning they would add two players still because Kaiser gets inside on no penalty or I think maybe Tarek George, which I don't think say Omube confidence be better in say they will go with him and Gittins. Interne say Garnacho nebeba, meaning say they can go in for Garnacho and Xavi Simons depending on the transfer value clubs me need better so now Garnacho Man United are looking to sell because Mama Sancho call maybe Juventus, Rashford and so call Barcelona. Into wage structure no, high payment no mu you free so. So you know some to me Garnacho at an easy price even impose Nicholas Jackson they get their striker replacement. They can now use the remaining money on other positions here.
Okay.
Into Chelsea no, as of now no, they are not in a rush to buy, but they will look at the value a club no, which wouldn't be more than play any value over because any player on better as a now ebebe as a backup. Say Garnacho never, say Rodgers never, say Xavi Simons never. they wouldn't take over Kopama or Gittins or Muro. No. They are looking at more of backup options, which I don't think say Chelsea bet ye over 70-80 million so back or a backup option. So as of now, Bibia Bejina, Enzo Maresca, so there's 3 profiles, and they're likely some be joining Chelsea. João Felix and so Enzo Maresca be say and so Babaka player no ama Chelsea for ati say send Chelsea team no be boa Benfica no person ko. Into any Maresca be value say Bibia betimi akoyi he will move to any of these clubs. Say either Benfica or better Chelsea. Then the lines of Xavi Simons, Morgan Rogers, and also Garnacho move back to join Chelsea.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. This to my main charity for then. Na share transfer anymore. I think say Xavi Simons and Mekaka Krabi then I will look into other transfers. I think say Xavi Simons kind of profile now or they bano. You see, let's do checking out. He's a player that Meka say as a central midfielder ultimately a carry ball. Chelsea current crop of midfielders no lucky sub midfielders nibi. And since Obiti say Kovacic if he Chelsea no Chelsea nyanya any midfielder we abeka say ABA at some point with me at the ball are running more than 5 meters. In Genesis virus bit me de Xavi Simons ne ball carrier map no e de atoso amamia. Then we look into where this player can play, and you see me who deal no that he has chosen Ali Barat to help him to get a team, you know. And I actually said this boy he no percent on go back to Barcelona. But looking at the price Leipzig will request and Barcelona current issue, no, it was something that Nabasa for no they will need time. This boy growing up at Barcelona, he was a number 8 or call a PSG. Now he's a number 8, but because of how he can run any attacking instinct, you know, you cannot play him as a lone number 10. And then they know they in there be no coaches, any football philosophers, they've been learning. They do a ball typical wingers some crossing ball. But no coach or no tactical person any here winger or the ball no koya or a right foot and now to right wing or koya no across the ball. They don't need that. And now Ochake Xavi Simons list to for a player of his caliber, our ball in the midfield, if they are in possession and if they are defending or bad deep, by the moment they will have the ball, if they will need somebody to locate Openda, any Sesqua, it is this boy. So last season he scored 10 goals for Leipzig in the Bundesliga. He scored 10 goals. He provided 17 assists.
Nkuku vibe nah.
Yes, and Namakaze on say Nkuku no. He was playing more as a second striker. And even Nkuku, when he was coming to Chelsea, a lot of people even believe say Obabe bought Chelsea number 9. And Nkuku, when he was at Leipzig, this no more this striker say Wachichinity. No need
pausing.
You see pausing ni wa. Nkuku need him born as a lone number 9. But only then say when he's playing at number 9, Chelsea Enzo Maresca born 9 several times they do a Maresca who's a on. That kind of press off the ball duties are not Jackson yet. You won't get it. Yeah. But then Pedro Neto was doing that. So with this boy, he's not a second striker. He's a midfielder. He's a central midfielder. But because of the attacking instinct, Obit Bruno Fernandes like this. But he's a central midfielder. Obit was number 8. He can play from the wings. Dennis Sebaros, him in the last few games they are for both club and country. Most of the times, Leipzig for no, they have several ways of setting up. Either some remember a 4-2-2-2 system. I don't remember a 3-back system. And they don't remember occupy that left number 10 role behind the striker. The Sesko Jinaha on any Openda mo ejina Sesko echi. Then even if Oko the Dutch national team, Netherlands for national team now, they also play a 3-back system. Or no, the right side. So it means that under normal, you know, say share map ni sisi and so share the sofa score for lineup now. Akwakwe say only mum nebo the number 7. Oh, check the lineups now. Akwakwe say only mum nebo the number 7 with Clivert as the number 10, Cody Gakpo from the far and then the Memphis Depay as a striker. But then the thing is, if they have the ball, any person who will go and help Ryan Gravenberch and Frankie de Jong in midfield when they are in a transition, it is Xavi Simons. Whether Obe carry ball no from the right side, whether Obe carry from the middle, wherever he will have the position to get the ball, no, Oba be Sergio Manina. Also, same applies to where picture now virus also no when RB Leipzig they are playing a 4-2-2-2 system. So Asha, their 4-back system, no, 4 defenders name. Abranta and the attack very men and Nicolas Mo and about that 2 pivotal then Abranta and the Eddie Roddy back no or no sometimes even or no more like a right wing back. Then Xavi Simons no he's that player now or a transition between the 2 pivotal midfielders and the 2 attacking players, which is Loris Openda and Benjamin Sesko. Loris Openda no more like the Kuku no bo RB Leipzig as the second striker. Even if they are playing as a different formation, Krana, and the various between the RB Leipzig different formation, so that also when they are playing in a 4-4-2 system. This is when RB Leipzig are playing a 4-4-2 system with their goalkeeper, with their defenders, and also with their midfielders. Washa Amadou Hiadara and Nicolas at this time round after any they are playing the 2 pivotal midfielders and then Omo Kelvin, Omo captain, which is Kelvin, who occupied that right wing position. Now Xavi Simons, where is he playing? He's occupying the left side. This time round only the right side. So with him, whether over the right side, whether on the left side, the attribute is Onyaboa because also on Sheline Enwa. Intine gravity ne how will be turning fast and the ball running at a higher speed and the ball carrying is a castle but you'll be all the ball running 5 meters and more, and he does that. And it's a virus between the Netherlands national team then also had to show their mamia when occurred the Dutch national team Dumfries, Stefan de Vrij, Van Dijk and Mark van der Ven, Ryan Gravenberch and Frankie de Jong as the 2 pivotal midfielders in the league. When you say Frankie de Jong or that more than number 6 for the Gravenberch for Ebe as that number 6. Now they have Clivet and no more Cody Gakpo and they have Xavi Simons. Now if they are in transition, these 2 pivotal midfielders, Gravenberch and Frankie de Jong, deep. So it means that Baku dropping Kokan defenders no Dumfries will come deep and then Xavi Simons on was number 7. Onyabo Obiana or the Caribbean or the Chief or the Drift and the call middle space to create space for Denzel Dumfries at the right side. So with this boy coming in, I know that a priority signing for Chelsea, but he's giving Chelsea options. And especially how
maybe what is the difference between Xavi Simons and Chukwuemeka?
But you see,
they have similar traits.
And American is the thing is Chukwuemeka deal. Me anytime I believe that when Chukwuemeka bought Chelsea, he was one of the players not Chelsea for whom said he has that prospect. But since the injury now buying, he hasn't been injured I think against West Ham. Injury had. And Obayan when he came into the Chelsea setup, I say in the middle of that place like Sansan. He cannot. This boy when he's coming, and yes, Obabe too will be you. Obabe back, but the thing is, Chukwuemeka when Chelsea bought him, he was very young. So now he's a homegrown player. Only my adrian said, when you are selling a homegrown player, you know how it clears the book.
Yeah.
In the Chelsea fans say, can they Chukwuemeka? They are not going to send him on loan. In the one who are Chelsea fans say, it's either Chukwuemeka, they will sell him outright, or he will stay and be a squad player.
But I think with these 2 players, difference near. Xavi Simons, that long range power shot.
And in terms of
but in terms of
productive or goals, or productive,
that we see, Chukwuemeka say what the output analysis will be a mistake because you say we even experience.
Yeah.
A chain. What I say about being there, but in terms of what they bring, almost two now, almost characteristics as players. I don't see the difference between Xavi Simons and Chukwuemeka.
But
to be honest,
we know
that creativity now, ball carrying and everything that you need from a midfielder, like a central midfielder, you get from way. And Chukwuemeka am not quite because we feel not fit into Enzo Maresca a system now or Bono. That was last season, but this season it appears that. Or try to bet him about 2 number 10s. So if we are not getting anybody to buy, why are we spending 60 million on this player, right? ahead of Ubi or no class where onim Chelsea culture no what about Chelsea no onim Premier League no.
But so we have two profiles now. Xavi Simons one, the arrival of box me very good. Even the long range outside the box is very good compared to Chukwuemeka. Chukwuemeka no more of so per carrier. Obi bit me kuta no tight spaces obi in who frame he's very good. But apart from the goal scoring, say be a yensha bon free. I don't think so about Chelsea po should go outside the penalty box there. Against West Ham, it was even
no pe so no or number 10 ni bi.
Nti Chelsea epe another profile la. Though say obi beka say can nkunkumpo, but yeni nkunku ono so nya more of that
creativity in the game.
Yes. Nti so onya Xavi Simons yes. Ono de saa de ne baba be ka team no ho. Aboa the likes of Kopama. Games say be a Kopama ntimi mbo no. You have the similar quality coming in. Senya Vincent into Cheche Muno. He come from the left, come from the right. Utimibo all those positions all around. But I don't think say Chukwuemeka in games out here a left winger or a right winger betimi ejina ho abo. Meaning that he's coming in as maybe Chukwuemeka no be keeping someone who come in and help will be a friend is Enzo Fernandez, which I think as of now Andre Santos is who occupy that role.
Okay. Yeah, so I think right now Ali Barat send a money can he has a couple of players and deals on the Chelsea in recent times. Nicolas Jackson a player, Moise Caicedo a player, Kendrick Pius and even yes he's been helping Madrid representatives and even Dean Hodgson deal Chelsea ni player he agree until say the player preferred the move to Real Madrid. It was Ali Barat who was doing the deal. So right now Florian Prittenbeck is a journalist in Germany or reporting Sky Germany. Florian Prittenbeck I reported say the player is keen to move to the Premier League and right now Chelsea ne Ali Barat currently they've started doing negotiation about wage structure and BBI. He's a player that the quality, the pass range and everything. I think that when he's coming, he knows that he's coming to fight for a position and be a squad player. He's going to be a player. I mean, he will add a lot of air value to this Chelsea team whenever he's coming from bench. Abani say Nekwa say Kenyan Dewsbury Hall. If Chelsea near any deal, they will also accept because if you look at Dewsbury Hall, how Maresca has been using him, especially either in the Conference League. The role now this boy, that is how he wants to integrate this boy, and I think that is going to be a very good deal. Now, listen to finally, Liverpool for any Frankfurt for no, I reached an agreement and Russia, about 6 years and now 2 years. Frankfurt for no, they've been doing serious business. I think it's a fair amount for Adrian Basso, and there's a club at least. Is a typical of these German clubs. Maybe Frankfurt for no, because the prices are more ton outrageous. But then this is a club. They are doing that selling club project. And at the back when they say this is a club at least. What's about qualify for the UEFA Champions League? So he's going to play in the UEFA Champions League next season. This is a club 2 years ago, the Conference League or the Europa League, they were the final Moshe Barca in some time. So the club they are selling club, but then getting their players to stay and play at the highest level for the world to see them. They promise that. Now, I won't be surprised that almost sporting director any head of scouts for them, people will start chasing them. I won't be surprised that people will start chasing them from next season going. Obiti say Mark Crochemo, who is the sporting director for them.
But also, you see, sometimes the league also plays rules. Yes. Play role. I say Bundesliga, no here, Hedenham, you qualify. If you look at the spendings, it is likely say one on bed on relegation. And almost because I said 2 teams in Echo. Now the Obeka League in Wakobo playoff with the league gives them the opportunity to give player and say, oh, yeah, bad said then crana. It will give you the opportunity for you to. There is a lot of space or league, so sometimes the league also plays a crucial role.
And one thing is, I am not sometimes we know that the Bundesliga and in the Premier League, different way. If you are not physical enough, you cannot play in this league. And some of the leagues, if you are not tactical enough to, but the thing is, these players, they do player profile. They invest so much in scouts. More better scouts because this is a boy at least too. I'm confident if you learn from PSG. So if from a boy from Stade Reims for PSG to buy him, tells you that the boy a player or that quality. But you see, there's a reason why when Monaco sold Martial to Man United, at that time United don't want to pay Martial, but they sold Martial. They had a process. Say, this is a boy, and they who go critically so option profile last season to this season, there's an improvement, and they have done projections that if this boy a mini kakraka on next 2-3 years, well, baby, you never born Nedru no. Nyansa, and I say like there will be so much improvement. So them they have people praying there, and people who are also going to help the player and improve that next 2-3 years. If Hugo Ekitike is giving you 17 goals in the Bundesliga, so Bebo Bundesliga and Yamiadman next season, he will give you 20 plus goals. And identical to the first season, didn't fee loan from PSG to Frankfurt, and only Omar Mamouche Mobo pivot and Mamouche goes our share before about Manchester City. Assist or the man, and still Mamouche Koya, or maybe Lidi Omono. It is this boy or Lidi Omomunya that Champions League qualification. So him coming, and I got a time to watch some of Frankfurt for SNL highlights and play a bit of weakness.
Okay. So
Bekaya, when this boy was linked to Chelsea, me catch a money man said, when Nicolas Jackson, Aquacre said this is a player very good. Ultimate dribble, ultimate dropping, that more than number 9 for no be happen. But the physical level, no, into Nicolas Jackson there. No. And if you no compare with Alexander Isak, in the first season in the Premier League and in this season, why are more physical? And in the Premier League, no, there are situations whereby defenders will just come and frustrate you, and you have to do something that you have never done before. So when Jackson free injury, no go pressure balance, he had the Edu Webino. A Bernard say Charlie, my member born in French, that was against Aston Villa. Not inside the box. At that time, that Jackson goes I watch from outside the box. No Nyanshebi. But Ebeba team, look at the goal Alexander Isak. Against Manchester Liverpool. Against in between Arnold, Van Dijk in Konate. He had to shoot from the back, but this boy, Adibakone say only power. If you look at the scouting reports, and in the boy only that physicality. But then coming to Liverpool, I have so much belief that this boy will bet me I a hit at Liverpool.
Okay.
He might not give you the goals that they be a Haaland Babeshe, but that's not typical of Liverpool. Obekai Bobby Firmino. Yetimbo sees you don't know your striker. Wash 9 goals, but no one make you 15 assists. Who are the scorers for Liverpool? Sadio Mane, any Mohamed Salah. And now this boy when he's coming to Liverpool for all they need is a. And then last season, Diego Jota and Darwin Núñez, they were not. Oman shed 10 goals and I'm provided 10 assists for Liverpool in the Premier League. But what they did is they need someone a bit more mobile in front of goal to create space for any players. Obit is Mohamed Salah, Darwin, Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, and then they flowing right. So what should this boy at least do? There's a reason why Liverpool wanted to buy Alexander Isak. And it's a customer in the start in the BBL 2000. Separately between the winner to some of the players are non-expected goals. Any expected assist Omunya in last season. These two. Both players or more Europa. You won't mention more than Ubobo Hurricane or maybe Segu Grass. No other player in Europe top 5 league. And any non-expected goals. Any expected assist per 90 per all the games players on ball more than 15 to 1,500 minutes for their clubs. No player any yes sir. And then the average they are to no. The comparison between Onone Obisa Alexander Isak. And then the member amount for with this player, the strength and the weakness. Whenever he's coming to the Premier League, where you're there on it is a very special case, but I make now. Where you're on it, Alexander Isak comparison. So Isak in a yellow and on mum near the action. Now this is the best attacking output across 2024-2025. Europe's top 5 leagues, strikers, wingers, any attacking midfielders combined. Now Asha, on the left side, that is the vertical and horizontal, it was non-penalty goals per 90 minutes. Say Obiabo go ne expected goals without penalty goals. Now and expected assist per 90 minutes. Players are about more than 1,500 plus minutes in the European top 5 leagues. Player list over the far end. Asha, who solo to move because solo to mono. I don't know on penalty better. Atletico Madrid Yamanimbo. but the boss say my changes be na pass so that no be the least chances obinya no wa share onye striker no be ma ball na efe no but at the far top ube Ousmane Dembele in terms of assist and in terms of scoring last season Dembele was up there. Then you saw bit say Robert Lewandowski or down kakra but the non-penalty goals no was low. You will see Segu Grassi and then the next player Obebano Eya Brandt and the Hugo Ekitiki. In terms of medical up since Liverpool first started, I've given you the numbers, the stats. Idea about Liverpool, especially coming around a players like Mohamed Salah, Florian Wirtz, Luis Diaz, McAllister. Idea bit may improve on no player as a player, but then Sobeka there's been reports say Liverpool for instance they are going to play a 4-2-3-1 system, and reports said Liverpool when I started failing, he told him say Operation is number 9, he should create and he should score. Now, a Brighton weakness in the list. So I Frankfurt for games, especially teams on low block. See, minya time I share extended highlight kakrebi of more games. Wolfsburg, St. Pauli, Cologne, teams on low block. Obre. Because I don't know, he doesn't have the height now, 6'3" feet. The agility is some ancient so Ojibo always on person defenders maybe so he say ekitike be wo bo hu so a obesh or person any spaces no on stretchy defense no because say okitabo a Edin so bejibo na prism he's a very good dribbler and our pace say yemfa ball run and say abobo to be run or that pace no but ne dey say team a omon press bobo a low block he that because only time enya that space and fine explore no. So they say with him when teams are very deep, the movement in the box are very key. But this player is a list on time shooting from outside the box. So situation where share Brentford, where share Aston Villa, where share West Ham low block. This player is going to be useless in your game. And they who's a Premier League defenders or no bobo or more chance or more that space no. But this player list so Jibo defender eta in one. Untimi enye ade also team the no unlike Nicholas Jackson say defenders bend home because of now who the physicality no he can pull through way when you are playing a low block now the ball manner obesan the ball now back. If you look at Frankfurt games several times on ball against teams on low block what the ball ube expect maybe if he's playing with his back
especially how giant he is
once your strike is being hard they've trained them to even if or your ball playing striker. But if he's playing with his back,
batter go
now. Oh, the ball the man, he find ways and means to 10. And sadly, the last time when my career said Jackson, when even if he's playing with his back and go, ultimately finding ways and means to 10 and run with the ball. But this player, oh the ball the man, wow, pass the ball the man, you in the next 2 seconds you'll be the receiver again. So he doesn't do that. But only then say, so the ball the man, obey Piama fast. But when you see him running. Just play to that space for him. And that is one thing at Liverpool last season no more. Ni players know that total football both say Diaz Nama then they are creating space. So with Mohamed Salah any Diaz and the player Obebo number 10 will be key to this player how he will fare under teams of a low block. So Muko share Chelsea, Arsenal, ni Man City Mona or press now. So this boy you might see him flop against teams on low block. But against the big teams or maybe more press no. Or being a lot of space up stretching the defense. I'm a name in that way, man. And I see Sabaris betting the Hugo XTK distance analysis now to sort the mamia. Who check here? He's a player because Medican can say, oh no, need power to shoot. And on share into wash and goals are washing now. On share goals. Between the 16 to 25 meters yards. On the goals are washing now between 0 to 12 meters and on shane go into actually the goals now the Hugo XTK distance analysis now from 0 to 6 meters no was about 8 shots and on shane says go means that from that close range or a very clinical and then from the 6th yard to the 12th yards or about 21 shots list to 21 and they move for pen now over 12 to 18 one as well and also was share about 32 and was share 4 then 18 about 37 on share go back crowd then from 25 meters plus yards about 16 and then to a player in the Premier League they won't give him that chance. But in the box movement, you know, so idea. If Liverpool for invest me finding here, although at the deeper side, only me ball and fan to change fan running. But in the box, the movement, very key. Idea and so beat my ball Liverpool team. And then another thing I made back also, a short type. Almost said the last time I catch us in as much as Noni Madueke, who are better than the left natural channel, but on the right, the bubble, and Miss South catch us in the Premier League. There's only one player, and they used to both fit more than a year Noni Madueke, which is Ghana and English or no. Over 37% short at Noni Madueke Boma Chelsea last season. Bibrina right. All those in the left hand, but he doesn't care to shoot within the right. And she no ko be neko ekoya sister. Afa. Now, who check who go ekitika? Or you right footed? Or what? Baniti, and then 9 left no. On time you see. So ko share defender be say obi za Van Dijk or don't know on your close man ko nim say wa ho ndin na on right. On ba so be but o short abebo yina no. Obe blocking yina because he knows that we strength our right leg. Now check here. Oh yes, 6 feet tall, 6.2 feet tall. Used to Niti or the Niti share just out of the number of games or con averagely just 2.2 points. It means that wow, but in the area of abilities, he's not that good at that side. Now you look at the left foot now, list the left foot of the ball 18 shots, which means that 9 left, the conversion rate is 16.7. Averagely, a share a yadia. Or underperforming and edges no, and the right foot no, and here baby any or that she go averagely pay in a season no, a bit more register 9.0 goals and so it's me the amount. So I think that he's a player now list to Urbano. Liverpool team or mate me improving and Liverpool for list to I must take this gamble that when they went to buy a 1 season wonder Darwinness, knowing for a fact that this is a player yes or your role, but then when player never buy he's coming and they are getting a player who will press, who can hold on to the ball and create spaces. Maybe then say the chances creation ability alone. If he's able to gel well, whether Luis Diaz or Cody Gakpo, whether Florian Wirtz or Bebo right behind him and Mohamed Salah, maybe Liverpool season in the Premier League, maybe Onya a lot of goals, but he will score important goals against teams only Liverpool show me margins on maybe. That is where he be huni. But against teams on the deeper side, that is where Arne Slot also need the creativity. Say why Liverpool for them. More reporter says because Arne Slot a friend and any video call. Man spreadsheet where they will need him. This 4-2-3-1 system was from air reports and it's animal now. Now list two. I think say transfers. Why Rashford finally completing the move to Barcelona, and people also see say it be a very bad move, and a man for say on say Pogba Muna Bekasa say lost to United, but I think say Becca no cry after 2 seasons at Rashford, people were believing say you're the best players in the area since you want to be more 10 in Rashford in that very season or shame double J-Date in terms of goals and assists Man United, but since then. Sikana Rashford regional, he's not been proven say or deserved that scan. And Connor Oko Barcelona a year 50-50. He can be an instant hit. But then at the back say he wasn't Barca's main target for the left wing position. It was Luis Diaz. But Barca's situation in terms of Sikasem 1:1 rule, how Mitman register player and Maba Sentiment register this boy and they we had a short stint with Aston Villa. It shows that he can create chances for the striker. And you see, listen, Rashford or Coleman, watch a Barca team in almost every position. We defense, they are having 2 players, two players at every position. And ideally, if Ansu Fati was at the level and not Barca for them, please or and can the Barca team know? You have Lamine Yamal, Ansu Fati, and Roberto Lewandowski as number 9, and Pedri or Dani Olmo as the number 10. Ntene said Yamal niwa, when they kwako deputize that Lamine Yamal, that is Rafinha. Say Ansu Fati niwa, they have another right wing and cover boss position. If Lewandowski niwa, Ferran Torres or Fermin Lopez, then if Wesu niwa, but then when Hansi Flick buy no. When we say Rafinha a player with potentials in creating chances and also scoring. So or utilizing that role. Say what last season Rafinha Anksangasan if Lamine Yamal ni wa or no operating from the flanks, that is the left side. But if Lamine Yamal no Rafinha best start here or starting from the left side. No, not cutting in for a Balde because they believe that Balde no overlap here. He's also very good in creating chances from the left side. So it's a Balde be overlap here. You wouldn't need a player to touch the wings and attach the weight at that side. And then now Rafinha Abamu. That is why Rafinha share a lot of goals. So last season, Rafinha, if he's not playing from the left side, that's a Balde Ipra. That is why Balde Ipra now left side no Munta use. But now Rashford is coming in this too. He can play from the right. He can even play as the number 9 when Lewandowski is not there, especially according to how Coach Nibon. Now, I think that a good deal for both teams.
Does he have the technical abilities to play for?
Of course.
For Barca, because in the Spanish league, you know, the technical aspect, in terms of the pace, obviously, but the technical ability.
Because I've seen Rashford dribbling in tight spaces. Me, Rashford, no. I did back on his consistency level. And then I have. And the politics and everything involved at United, because when this player call loan to Aston Villa, you check a Man United player so call loan now. Even though it's Jadon Sancho, at best, he wasn't bad at Chelsea. Shea Anthony, Rashford in a short stint with Aston Villa, you won in prospects.
Performance in the Champions League,
especially against that PSG game. So, Barca player me. I won't be surprised that even if they are missing Danny Olmo, then Hansi Flick bebo Rafinha has that number 10 rule no more now. Rashford will be the La Liga spaces will need pace. He can score from everywhere. You play the bit more short. But a team no. I don't know who can shoot from right than Rashford currently. Not even Lamine Yamal. Or maybe Rafinha as well that power. Yeah. But none of them power in Drew a year. So he's going to be a utility player for Barcelona, but he will operate more from the right side. Okay. And even if Danny Olmo, the fitness issue in here, you crowd say still Hansi Flick will start. Obi to say Rafinha. Not say Rafinha Frima. You are bringing another quality player. And I think that deal no a good deal for both teams. Or call loan with an option to buy, not obligation. Mm-hmm. And it's Okobasa. Not say. Barca funny feeling say what they were expecting from Marcus Rashford. They will have to pay penalties to the Chelsea here now. And now a good business for Man United because he is a player, the highest earner apart from Casemiro or United. So United they couldn't get an cashing Rashford. But the wage bill no come with Markeleno. I dey bit me so I dey. Abo currently. And if Okono Kodan or born when they are 27 years. Barca for betting me aton, and I think that Barcelona is going to pay a year salary full salary. I think what is so by 10%.
Okay.
Yes. What's that is why any unconquered that full amount now and not Ojo United. United are not going to pay any salary. And the medical say they finally United for the 5 stubborn boys no. And at the outcast. Finally they've getting rid of a year the friend is saying Rashford, now Aka Alejandro Garnacho, Aka Anthony, Jadon Sancho, deal new to Juventus. I don't know why I deal in the edge, but then there's been he said only teams no deals na Aka Kakreb now go through. Then Tyrell Malaysia and a lot of things. And then they United for more player in the name of Brian Mbeumo. But you see, still Chelsea are interested in Alberto and Alejandro Garnacho. Why should they kind of wingers open? They want direct wingers. Direct wing, right wing, or the ball new remote, shooty. And Garnacho and Jamie Gators. If you compare these two players, I didn't answer maybe Garnacho in the Bobo United, Obenya, that headlight, scoring goals for fun from the right side. But then last season, when coach in the Bayern, and Malik Anka said when Ruben Amorim was coming, every direct winger at Man United now it's because I don't know, he doesn't play direct wingers. Yeah. So when Amorim was coming, I knew say some of these players Omutibeti, especially for me, Obita Rashford. I was hoping say and can Rashford move the bed that number 9. But buy and Russia or try Rashford number 9, but the person and some of the things I know here, he wasn't getting from Rashford. and then they only double number 10s no. All my direct wingers and boss our rule. And they I'm not funny players, but I mean I'm on the medical can say Mbeumo and Kunha are going to solve a lot of problems for Mola because last weekend Manchester United I did the United nyanye pa and you go scoring. In terms of chance creation, upper teams are no more creating chances more. Top 5 or top 6 in the Premier League, United were part. But United issue say slotting and are getting the ball into the back of the net. Now they have Kunha, they have Mbeumo who can operate. So with now Aqua is United a striker.
Okay.
And the two leading strikers now Aqua is Moiskin, Benjamin Sesko. Sesko did Aqua the amount of money. Over the weekend, before United bought a friendly game and against Leeds. Their chief executive, Omar Barreda, and their sporting director, Rekos. No more Iceland. And the money Serge Ratcliffe, didn't come about United rebuilding. Because right now, they say they are doing rebuilding. And the rebuilding they are doing, and yet 10 years rebuilding, but they are doing for the short time, for the next 5 years, they have to be playing the Champions League.
Okay.
For the next 5 years, they have to be doing something. Send the beer, to me, I entice it the young ones now, and you go currently say United, any Arsenal, Chelsea be Brazil, Kofa, a young player be the aba. United project no ain't me entering that young player number. But whatever they will do in the shortest possible time, no, will also help them do the long-term rebuild no effort. They were in Iceland with the money Serge Ratcliffe and suddenly joining team no, and they've been able to complete me currently. Coach Amaya will say he will need a midfielder and again a defender because John Evans has they've also lost Christian Eriksen. And Coach Omaya will say the kind of player person on board the number 6 no, Casemiro might not be able to do it all the time, and also Obi to say Manolo Gatti. Apart from the defensive attributes, going forward, Osanso here never be a player in team. And coach also say, "On team rely on Kobe Meno aspect." So there's a reason why he always wants to drop Bruno Fernandes into the midfield. Not be able to manage when he be a man. So I think say, if Garnacho move to United, be so paria because the price now United for him, Chelsea are not ready to do that. And again, unless maybe United for able show so much interest in Jackson, then maybe a swap deal be able to me Abba. If not that, I think say still Garnacho wants to move to Chelsea. And then Ochake Liverpool for a listo. Medical Mabeka who get ticket deal inside go through. And they Liverpool for no call prison or more traveling squad no. Luis Diaz can home. Or my clear say if they are not getting a certain amount of money, they are not going to leave the boy. And even if Luis Diaz, Liverpool and on this summer, you should expect that Malik Fofana can still end up joining Liverpool because they are hoping say Leon Fofana and they have given the boy say if Malik Fofana back, they will give him playing time. At least Obebo games maybe.
Okay.
Say both season we are checking in the starter. Premier League appearance will be 20 plus. And from next season, 2 seasons, only Malik Fofana is going to take that position, no, and so it's me their bonnet. That is the reporter, and so but I think that Ochake Edison, money man can Edison deal, no. I think that Edison Galatasaray for any air maniska. But then on one side, in the future, at a year team maybe to say City, no, next 2 seasons he won't be there, and Trafford, a year City for play on the call loan, and they are hoping say they can trigger that buyback clause. If buyback clause no, they can do that. I think say Listo. I think say Madrid for Listo, they have to do a lot of things. And looking at the Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, in sense currently, and the Barca Madrid fans now, I must start the Muaji. People are saying say Mbappe buying no team no Grampo no as a unity behind him. And it's Monica say Madrid for no. The team they've been working with these Galacticos for a very long time. They know how to manage them. And that is the reason why they go in for high profile coaches. Taking some decisions. Now the thing is, they've been playing Kylian Mbappe as the number 9 for last season. Medical can say Mbappe free PSG no. And yes, also PSG. He had his best ever season at PSG. That was the last season under Luis Enrique. But then football, no, I involve Ababe may share goals no one than off the ball attributes. So there's a reason why some of the players, me especially, you play behind your goals on one. Never be away off the ball. Chances be any spaces be out creating. Emma game ni air too wide for other players. List to any check it Alonso Ojumaye. Now, likely that they might land Obi to say Konate. So Liverpool for any judge them say chin. Omuma Konate enkwa. The boy will go free, trust me. He will go free to Madrid because he Wama Liverpool for now say I want to go and play for Real Madrid. And now check Madrid defense now. Eder Militao, when he's fit, he's a world-class defender. But currently, with that alternate field over a year, Madrid for no ain't me man mbo to send James D. Almost me no matches be into us. And again, Alaba, scanner origin, Madrid wants to clear their books. Alaba ain't fit. Only 20 million a season. But also more. So they want to clear David Alaba. Now, Mbappe got 3 stagnant players. Like I say, they are going to be key. Dean Hoyson, Asensio, and Antonio Rudiger. But then, there are moments a coach may boy a 3-back system. Suspension will come and injuries will be my head. Abba. And they are hoping say Konate Bama, he's coming to be an instant impact in the team. Now, Listo. Back from the defense, any right back, I think that they will need a right back option apart from Arnold, because we need Trent. You cannot always risk Valverde to play that right back position.
So Danny Carvajal.
But end make us a Carvajal so aba. Only the Nakwa say he's not part of a long term plan. But for the short time, I said this season there, Obetime there. But also in the fitness no, ultimate fan because apart from say or solving the heart issues in way. He's also been struggling with other knee, hamstring, any other injuries. So also you need somebody who can stay fit. Just like how you want to get rid of Alabama, any other defenders. They have to get somebody to replace Luka Modric.
Okay.
Because already Toni Kroos replacements, they haven't even gotten any replacements. And then they check it on more DM now. Maybe can catch many. The prospect of the call Real Madrid no. Onyande Nedi. And any open DM sir, win the boss power, ultimate factor many and Camavinga has been on and off. You go to a Taverna to club, Camavinga's left back. So what I say. So Madrid team list to Alonso Ojumaye. Apart from the Mbappe, Vinicius headache, or some Ojumaye, they need to do some 1 or 2 signings. But then list to if Alonso wants to get the best out of Vinicius, because Vinicius scandal Saudi for any day, but I don't know why I crossed him. Because say if a history and then Vinicius in Yanji or Real Madrid, he has won everything.
But I'm not sure he'll move.
No, I mean somebody be on the point this he's young
but
and
the issue in Mbappe salary no.
Yes.
Because he's looking at ending more like
the Mbappe.
In a Madrid phone say send economy.
Because also extending the contract. And if he's extending, he has to earn either more and the same as Kylian Mbappe. And then you know Mbappe no Akwa say Alonso born or be born. It's going to be the same issue with Luis Enrique. Una now born in the Omami goes so. But collectively you are hurting your team. Because we are all born in our own press. We saw Samsung track it back. Vinicius Junior L wings and always be an washer. Say Mbappe nyabo be no attack here. He attacks from the left. In just in a game Madrid were 2 best attackers in the world at the same place. Now Rodrigo never be the outcast. But then Raul Garcia na Ama Alonso say tactically I'm the player you need and the tactically some bobo ni na minya the right spaces. I can score the goals. So the FIFA Club World Cup, the young boy from Madrid Academy, Castellano, on a share goals with a joint top scorer with 4 goals in the tournament.
Well, I think this is why the appointment of Alonso no at this stage of Madrid
was wrong.
Was not wrong, Krana. You say premature. At this stage, if you have a squad like this, my misprofiled. Now a coach like Ancelotti and to me, and the best out of them.
Oh, but say Ancelotti the list to because say ono dey no ne born na no born Ancelotti are not ono no otimi control these boys. But the thing is, the Ancelotti here essentially affect omo in defense. No one to me defend. But Oshe Obi say Kylian Mbappe there now. What they bought him, me now. Listen, if I look at the Madrid situation now, I believe say currently open any young coach, the current young coaches, or make my hair rebuilding, and also have that aura to control these players. Xabi Alonso can do it.
No.
But so
I know me point in the say opa moment for market baby. If there is any coach to be sacked La Liga, he will be the first coach to be sacked.
Me huni signing night say Graham Potter to Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly. On say he's a solid man, fantastic coach, young coach coming up.
Some clubs.
But time now they ba we now the duty is also we need the best out of Vini Jr. Also we need the best out of Mbappe. Also we need the best out of Jude Bellingham. Also to be making sure say or share ama obi say Rodrigo. Aqua. Whoever replaces Rodrigo was say nipa no e give us our numbers no. Oba midfield honoma. The fact that say Chouameni ne Kamavinga any Valverde mu nyina wo no. You need to also make sure say you get the best out of them, the right balance. The over defense what na Ancelotti enye and into omu man here the echo and say they were leaking goals. Now you need to solve Adien. And over service Adien now. The defending no must start from the attackers.
Attackers, yes.
What I say? The reason why ABA Ancelotti ebe we need we are about Benzema call here omode Mbappe buy a team no ye we ni say Benzema wo hono ma Vinicius Junior enya rough. You understand?
Benzema no numpo start press no.
Exactly. Who did nature be way. Then they had a controller in Toni Kroos and Luka Modric. These are players when they are on the field of play. Oh, Vinicius Junior, oh, Rodrigo, you don't dare misbehave. The moment that these guys are through, now they are saying that they need a controller in their team. They don't need a controller. They need a coach who will be bold enough. Look at them like 2010 when they had two strikers. Good. Jose Mourinho by Ohedin or he go and walk up. You what na Casillas or making sure of dropping Casillas. Pepe at some point. Saturday now Jose Mourinho Alonso, who is Alonso? You cannot do that. What does it mean? What the consequences, you know? La show.
Problem be Musaye. Ebi mu bejia to mu say we need to work for the rest.
They will not.
Once so Chelsea every time Pierre Kopama ebo Caicedo abaso because when him say okosa ebo on say
yes, but they don't have that.
But so Madrid omuni PSG time be Mbappe mbako say ebo man track back. Maybe a Jude Bellingham be track back ababe say ball na ababe intercept ball. Owie po be complain. That is the problem. So if a team works say minim say we na be she goals no, but me nso me medjuma and amu nso munya mboa me everything is okay. But see anu you see say Mbappe back say ball, he's not tracking back no nanti. Then you have to track back and obey ejuma now. You feel bad. Any problem? I think Alonso
Alonso the timing is not right. Look, all the times as he done Abani nyina it was a timer na Madrid team na bibia set. Inte no sa no. Or the former player seminar bar only problem because everywhere it was functioning because Jose Mourinho who say is it my year Higuain ni Benzema. Now as a way bought 30 minutes now we have a boy now quest a chalomu big boys just say or shedding away too now no let me get rid of Higuain. Then I have my left winger. Then me right winger in Di Maria and Cristiano Ronaldo. Then omono Martini. So then obo Ozil omochi. Then onyani defensive midfielders me no. O make sure say because only say Mourinho never turning Ramos to right back to center back. Or no better turning. Oh you the Abalora about right back. Then onyani left back Marcelo. Then Edu baby who say goalkeeper no a problem. Or benchy goalkeeper no. At that time, they had some of the issues. He had a lot of issues. But in the long run, it helped them. Because now, Satan Casillas, institution, you cannot bench him. But he was also leaking in goals. Edu baby Pepe. how dare you tell Pepe say on bench? Jose Mourinho had to do it. Or they Varane by Lasho, Varane in the age at that time with Sergio Ramos. For me, a good partnership. Ne midfield they do baby. I was Alonso ko. Emi Nama Kadira ayede. Ebo. Ozil ni It's Jose Mourinho fix winning na. So they can say okay now. Yeah ma. Kwa Di Maria kwa yenya. Gary Bale. Omo similar profile. Lefty for. Omo touch line. Cristiano Ronaldo ho. Benzema age no ayede. Ho the man. Now if say Sami Khedira ne performance no aba fema ebibia yama player bi Cologne Porto now give you an opportunity because it was Jose Mourinho who said that okay with your age ne obo na obo no nya go to loan and come back oba na Casemiro be den ebeye we then Toni Kroos was there Mourinho na kasa ne kofa Luka Modric ne ye de buy then obe hihye team no and on why the ekoye then omo buy ni nyina it was easy because the foundation was right. Now you ask yourself say what type of foundation does Madrid have? It appears they have 3 players. Omu profile ni pay. If you want the best out of Rodrigo, the left side. If you want the best out of Mbappe, any Vini Nano, the right side. So what type of profile? Even the midfielders. Number 8 for Nkwa. Number 8 for Nkwa. So who number 8 for me, you know? And I see how the Koto Jude Bellingham obviously also a manable. He will not give you that creative spark. When you bring a coach like Klopp, omono wo pedigree, wo we no ka say. Was say a ton we or she shut him no because our team no ka say oh build you need to sell certain players. You need to sell certain players. Madrid here out and out striker. Between Vini and Mbappe, one must leave. Almost two players and one must. If you say Rodrigo back there, almost 2 players. One must because back on the bench.
Rodrigo put a player and can say come your margin to make it.
Make it because on ready to compromise and so be ball from the bench and I say we near. Almost 2. So at the end of the day, look, he's in serious trouble and I will say it. If a coach be you be top level, top 5 European teams, you know, or more Madrid. Barca, Atletico, over Chelsea, Man U, Nisa Anyama, so top teams, you know. Or be Pamuni coach, I say Alonso. Or no be coffee. I know Chelsea or a bad coach, but the time you know they are bad. Any the decision also taken. Me, almost club work up, no. The decision to start Mbappe and the young boy in the man who's so to be near man. It was clear. Sir, at that time, semi-final game, you should. I was so benchy. Mbappe. I was a call benching, but onto me, only boss no. In this case, only boss now. And now, if you look at the rise of Barcelona, or 2 ball 4-5, with the like a dazzling attitude of Madrid players, you know, not pressing, not attacking, like the PSG here on me. If Barca. Yes, I didn't know. Omokobosa aboniti Barca be show 10. And if that happens, it means there was Alonso here because they cannot stand that. So that is the basis of me saying if there is a coach to be sacked, be Alonso, and not because you're bad, but because of the timing now. I feel say Klopp and Mourinho should have got to because the ego now Madrid no. Ukofa mushroom coaches na by Ibia. When they come, they will fail. What I say? It was over that show with him. Ancelotti claimed to me. Ancelotti couldn't identify. Say was a bench him back. He knew because team Mbappe might not team function very well. But the moment Mbappe be muno, it was a back free team na back. But I was also say omunyina and the struggle and or imbalance na and start. So
don't you think say maybe Jude Bellingham also being a player in the team was a factor because last season Jude Bellingham himself from Dortmund no a CMDM, but last season he share a lot of goals. Since you also energy say he wouldn't sit back and do that role now no or Dortmund. Now he's trying to get into the box and score more.
Yeah, me say Madrid team we say a young boy no number 9. Say on one be your number 9 be amfi be ama. He should start as number 9. either Mbappe or Vini back enter any way. Say Brahim Diaz left side. Almost two holding no. Almost two holding. I was say either Valverde, Chouameni, or Chouameni, Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham number 8 at best. Because our energy no, and he can also drive the ball. What I say at best number 8. Then one number 10 no, Adagule deny about because in this at this level in this case so they Enzo Fernandez the neighbor become. What is the difference? He will obey Bomodi obey to my control. Obey to my deep line. Now, Valverde money we swear. What becomes of them? How are you going to treat these guys? Obey more match bench because you need a defensive midfielder and Enzo Fernandez. To your band as 3 midfielders now can obey Omode. Omun also your big boys. What is it? Madrid situation here. Misprofiling of players. Mbappe who deserves about Real Madrid. But time now all ban no. The play
almost will take advantage of free players.
Okay, let's see how to go. When call a year also no nafi. Yeah, sorry so. I mean, I don't much channel. You better start your pick a phone lines. Or you better discuss it. Almost bought Champions League anyway. Run first round up anyway. So yeah. So my memfa I am a games in any of them. And that Oribok and CSK Moscow nebo. CSK Moscow early payout. That is away win. And Lokomotiv Plovdiv. Ono ewo a Bulgaria league no. Home win or draw. And uko Romania Slobosia any newly promoted side nebo over 1.5. Uko Estonia Nom United any Talent FC Flora under 21 enable home win. And uko Latvia Kanu Zagris Ebohum one Danava enable Kanu for no to score 2. Oko nowhere Nokopin any Vanamo enable Nokopin to score 2. And Oko Estonia Jaba Salu Ebohum home win. And friendly games no no. Sporting CP ne Sunderland enable early payout for Sporting CP home win. And Arsenal any AC Milan of 1.5 out of 7 me code no JVDY for kakra to actually out of 7 o de 10 cedi kra to so 70 Ghana for to so na yindi kakra ne fan warm up and twen league no be return.
Yeah, more 4 odds for just 3 selected games. Finland and Russia and 1 friendly game. Orenburg and CSKA Moscow game on a straight 24. CSKA Moscow, Dynamo Bucharest and Butasani game on a straight 24. Dynamo Bucharest and Boston River and Club Oriental de Football and also Boston River a win. Me code no ZVDY.
Okay. Yeah. Right. It is nyame adom ya tena ye besa ehia na afi bibia so no atumi ako yakra mo.